Okay. I hope everyone hear me. Anyone neither? Everyone can hear me neither. Put a thumbs up if you can hear me. Take a, yeah. Yes. Board is clean. You can see all three colors. Oh, luck. Then let's continue with the today's chat to open quarantine. Also open chat. May MORA MCQ discussion. MORA paper की मैं पार ले ली थी ने ये पार्ट वाला हमारा प्रश्न तीन हो. I can't say there aren't any difficult questions, but there are some difficult questions. Like the 50th one, 47th के इनमें किन्नड में हितंडा मारे. Um, yeah, मैं ये लेसी. 42nd one, 41st one is a confusion. Hey, if you think properly, kada ganda bulwa. ये वही तीन हो. Then I'll do it in order so that it will be easier for you to revise back again if you are going through this MORA MCQ paper. My physics only. Okay. Okay, so so shall we start? Thumbs up bro. Yeah, the live class will be the recording. YouTube ke live yanone. Yeah, YouTube ke live yanone you can refer it until A levels. First question. Okay, first question. The quantity obtained when the potential difference is multiplied by charge as the unit of appear in electrostatics we get equation. In front what do we write? In front we write work kila. E VQ kila. Because in electrostatics E means potential difference potential gradient. So you can say work is equals to VQ. Therefore, for the first question, second answer is uttar. Okay, there's nothing much in that. Second question, a small uniformly dense metal sphere is released inside a long vertical tube containing an incompressible viscous fluid. You have to highlight that point because using that only our theory changes. Viscous fluid now, properties of matter, viscosity, F equals 6 pi r nu v and all those stuff. Non-viscous fluid now, Bernoulli's equation, hydrostatics. Okay, so it's one highlight because that's why you missed the point. Number one, A. When viscous force is equals to weight of the sphere in air, it attains a terminal velocity. What is what is the reason? We work something like this. What do you call viscous force is equals to weight minus upthrust kila. What is this? Apparent weight in water. Apparent weight in water. This is not weight in air. So this is obviously not equals to viscous force is not equals to weight in air. Okay, so the parvenike B. Terminal velocity of the sphere is directly proportional to the square root of the radius of the sphere. Again, my equation we have V naught equals 2r square sigma minus rho g apparent divided by 9 nu. 9 nu. Here You can see terminal velocity proportional to r square. What else do we have? C. Viscous force acting on the sphere is directly proportional to the radius of the sphere. Viscous force. Force එකේ equation එක මොකද්ද? F equals 6 pi r nu v. Proportionality එක තියෙනවා. So that is also correct. B is also correct. C is also correct. So our answer is B and C only. Fourth answer. Okay, next. Third question. If you have any doubts, you can put it into chat. Chat එකේ දාන්නකොට I can answer it as soon as the chat pops up. When a radioactive nucleus decays, a beta minus particle is emitted. The quark change that occurred inside the nucleus. Hurry. Radioactive nucleus decays, a beta minus particle is emitted. There are a few ways you can remember this. First of all, beta minus එකක් release වෙනවා කියන්නේ whatever the item is whatever the particle is, this particle has become positive. හරිද? positive වෙන්න නම් positive වෙනකොට තමයි මේ what you call beta minus particles get released. ඒ කියන්නේ මේකේ තියෙන එක quark එකක් positive වෙලා. What is the best use case for this? Down ඉඳලා up වෙනකන්. Down changes to up. What happens? Charge changes. Charge change වෙනකොට අපිට beta minus particle එකක් release වෙනවා. Okay, we can either do like that or තව දෙයක්ත් තියෙනවා. Where is the beta minus particle release? අපිට මේ එකක් equation එකක් තියෙනවානේ. Neutron goes to proton plus beta minus particle plus මේ energy එකක් release වෙනවා. හරිද? What is the what do you call? How can you write neutron in මේ quarks? අපිට එනවා up down down කියලා. මෙයා proton වල එන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නේද? up up down කියලා. මෙතන වෙනස මොකද්ද? Up down has gone to up. ඒතර ඒක තමයි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. So yeah, our answer there is first answer. මේක දන්නේ නැත්නම් මේක කරලා නැත්නම් කමක් නැහැ. මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්න එකයි ඉන්නේ. හරිද? මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්න එකයි ඉන්නේ. කමක් නැහැ මැට්‍රින් ඩෙරිවේෂන් දන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. නේ? Your chance of getting 50 decreases by 1/50. That's it. There are so many other problems as well. Next. ඊට පස්සේ next question. Fourth question. Charge moves through 5 different paths. The magnitude and sign of the charges crossing the cross section of the path per unit time along with their direction of motion are shown in the figure. In which path is the highest current present? Harry. For that we need to know what is current. Current කියන මොකද? What is current? Current කියන්නේ current කියන එක නේ I කියන එක නානේ. ඔව් I කියන එක නා. හරි. ඒකේ circuit එක හදගමු just for reference okay. Circuit එකකින් නෙමෙයි we are doing this. මෙහෙම දාන්න. හරි. Current flows from positive to negative. Current flows from positive to negative. Positive to negative නේ current කියන්නේ. Then that means negative charges flow negative to positive. එහෙම එකක් තියෙනවානේ. We know that simply from current electricity. තව දෙයක් මේකෙන් ලියන්න පුළුවන්. What else? Current can also be mentioned as positive charges flowing from positive to negative කියලා. එහෙමත් කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? එතකොට So I make මේම නිවනම් current මේ පැත්තට නම් electrons යන එකේ මේ පැත්තට. අද protons කියන එක න protons නෙමෙයි negative charges මේ පැත්තට යන එකයි positive charges මේ පැත්තට යන එකයි තමයි අපි කියවන්නේ. Okay, so what is meant by current? Current means the amount of electrons flowing to this side, this direction, and positive charges flowing to the other direction. Make එකතුව තමයි you will get current. This is the direction, how we mention the direction. So using that, fourth question is උත්තරේ බලන්න බලමු. 2 coulomb per second, positive, maybe they both are going to the right side. Both are going to the right side means current will become 0. We have positive charge going going to the right with 5 coulombs per second and negative with 2 coulombs per second. ඒ දෙක අඩු වෙන 3යි එන්නේ. We get 3 coulombs per second. In the third one, we have positive charge going to the left with 5 coulombs per second and negative charge going to the right with 5 coulombs per second. Then, මේ convention එක හැටියට we can add these up. At the end of the day, we are getting current moving to the left at 10 coulombs per second. එයා තමයි maximum එක. අනිත් එක ඕනේ නම් බලන්නකෝ. 2 එකයි 1 එකයි add කරාම 3යි. 1 එකයි 6 කරාම 6 එකයි add කරාම 7යි. MORA paper, 2026 MORA exam paper. I'll put it to the chat as well, okay? Chat එකට දාන්නම්කෝ MORA paper. And downloads 2026 physics paper English medium. Only chat එකකට දැම්මා. This is the 2026 MORA exam paper. MORA exam paper in within our A-level stream, one of the hardest papers. Make a samani. Also, the results will come really soon. Results enough. Result enough. I have seen results. I have seen results. Okay. C. This is my results. But I am Candy 25th. Candy 25th. And 2.1169Z. A, B, C එකක් දැකලා තියෙනවා. Yes, A, B, C. This guy is Candy 36. Z එක මොනවාරි 2 point ගානක් තිබුණා. 2 point 2 point ගානක් තිබුණා. 2.0 ගානක් තිබුණා. Okay. So what you can see is at the end of the day, these MORA results doesn't tell your rank. දැන් කියනවා AAC ගිද්ද C ගත්ත කියලා ඔයාලට මෙඩිසින් හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. engineering හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. There's no chance this person is not gonna get into engineering faculty. එහෙම නැහැ. MORA paper is one of the hardest papers. ඒ නිසා මේ වගේ result ආවට කමක් නැහැ. ඕනේ නම් මේව වුණා. හරි. ඔයන් මේක තියෙනවානේ. මේ එකට Z එකක් එනවා. මගේ Z එක ආවේ 1.911 ගානක්. හරිද? 911 ගානක්. මේක නිසා දැන් කියමුකෝ because of this you won't get this is it. එහෙම නෙමෙයි. You're gonna think about this. ඔන්න මේ වගේ මට Z එකක් ආවා. තව චුට්ටක් පාඩම් කරා නම් මේකට ගන්න පුළුවන්. කියලා වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ. Don't think about this result. In a A-level exam paper 1.911 කියන්නේ 2A C ඉන්න එක්කෙනෙක් නෑ. At least like 2A B ඉන්න එක්කෙනෙක් තමයි 1.911 ගන්න. සමහර 3A කට්ටියවත් 1.911 ගන්නවා. Okay. මේ result එකට මේ Z එක set වෙන්නේ නෑ. And the reason is paper is hard. That means everyone has performed really bad. ඒ නිසා තමයි මේක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. So MORA exam results එක ආවා කියලා don't just keep on crying with that result. That result is just okay. We just think our result is කලින්ම ආවනේ. හරි 2AC maths එක අඩුයි. maths එක අඩුයි හරි bio එක අඩුයි හරි physics එක නැත්නම් chemistry එක අඩුයි. කොහොම හරි පාඩම් කළා I am getting that remaining A for that as well. එහෙම පාඩම් කරන්න මේ කරගෙන යනකොට you will get a good result. Okay නේ? MORA exam paper result එක බලලා අඩන්න එපා. So for this, was I? Yeah. Third answer, අපිට එනවා 5 මේ පැත්තට මේ positive sign එක 5 මේ පැත්තේ negative එකක්. Sorry. 5 positive and 5 negative. හරිද? මේ දෙක හේතුව this will give us a current of 10 coulombs per second. Okay නේ? No, 10 coulombs per second. Because that is the one with the maximum current. So third one is the answer. Okay. Fourth question. Now let's go to the fifth question. මම හදිස්සියෙන් කරගෙන යනවා වගේ පේනවා නම් යන්න තේරුම් නැත්නම් a spherical හරි ඒකේ පොඩි ලෙඩක් තියෙනවා. I also noticed that ඒකේ පොඩි ලෙඩක් තියෙනවා කියලා මටත් හිතුණා. A spherical liquid drop is broken into 8 identical drops at a constant temperature. In surface tension, what you call question, at a constant temperature කියන්නේ මෙහෙම තමයි දෙන්නේ. R1 square plus R2 square. This is how you get the final, what do you call, final radius of the sphere. When you have a, what do you call, sorry, when you have a soap bubble. Okay. වතුරට කියලා එකක් නෑ syllabus එක. Within the syllabus we don't know for water liquid liquid drop constant temperature ke අතර බෙදෙනවා කියන්නේ which form we can use කියලා, because water doesn't compress, liquid doesn't compress. As it doesn't compress, we have to use R cube is equals to R1 cube plus R2 cube plus equal. Okay. Then what has happened? We had a sphere initially of R cube, capital R cube. This was divided into simple R1, simple R radius, sphere of simple R radius, and there are 8 of them. So remember, we can easily figure out මේ simple R was half the radius of the initial liquid drop. Okay, ratio of the excess pressure. How do you find excess pressure? Excess pressure is delta P is equals to 2T over R. 2T over R. मैं R इट මේක දාලා බලන්න. For our initial pressure we will get something like 1 over R. Final pressure එකට ඉන්නේ R බෙදීම 2. They are asking for final over initial. They are asking for final over initial. Let's rewrite this. Final pressure is proportional to 1 over R. එතකොට මෙයාව මෙහෙම ලියගන්නවා. Initial pressure is R. මේ දෙක කැපෙනවා. We get the ratio 2. So it's the second answer. Okay නේ? Second answer. Okay නේද? That's it for the fifth question. Sixth one. Fundamental frequency of air column in both end open tube is F. අපිට both end open tube එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකේ what is the wave pattern? මේ වගේ wave pattern එකක් නේ තියෙන්නේ. For this, let's say length is L, frequency is F. Now they are closing one end. They are closing one end, but the length is same. They are asking for the frequency of nth overtone. We are trying to, first of all, we have to find, in order to find nth overtone, we have to find fundamental overtone. Frequency of fundamental, frequency of the fundamental, we have to find the fundamental frequency. Hari. V equals F lambda. We'll normally use V equals F lambda. May first occasion, may second occasion kila katta na. This is the sixth question. Okay. In our first occasion, we get V equals F 2L. Why it is 2L? This is half the wavelength neda. This length L is half of wavelength. Full wavelength distance 2L. So we can write this. Second instance 1N close to in that case, this wave is 1/4 of lambda or lambda over 4. Lambda over 4 නිසා අපිට එන්නේ v equals මෙතන f dash කියලා දෙයාගමු 4 f dash l කියලා. Now obviously velocity of air is same. If we equate this, we'll get f dash is equals to f over 2. ඔන්න කරලා බලන්න ඒක එනවා f over 2 කියලා. Then our fundamental frequency is f over 2. Okay, our fundamental frequency is f over 2. Thereafter, nth over 2 in a 1N closed tube. අපි කොහොමද ලියන්නේ? Fn is equals to 2n plus 1 f naught කියලා නේද ලියන්නේ. This is how we find out the nth overtone of the 1N closed tube. මේ equation එක කෙලින් තියෙනවා. කටපාඩම් කරලා ලියන්න තමයි තියෙන්නේ. data කරන විදියකුත් තියෙනවා but no need. F naught එකට we are substituting f over 2. එහෙම උත්තරයක් තියෙනවාද? Yes, fourth answer. Okay, ne? Fourth answer. Fourth one is our yeah. Fourth one is the answer for the sixth question. Seventh question. Properties of matter. Easiest question. They didn't even ask you to think about the logic. Okay. Directly we have this equation called f over a equals ye over l. F over a is equals to stress is equals to Young's modulus times strain කියලා. What is our මේ graph එකත් දීලා තියෙන්නේ same way y equals mx form එකට දීලා තියෙනවා graph එක. Okay නේ? Then how do you find y? Y divided by x නේද? What is y? 2 times 10 to the power minus 3. හරිද? නෑ මේක ඇවිල්ලා තින්නේ මේක වෙන විදිහට ඇවිල්ලා. මේක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ මෙයා x මෙයා y විදිහට. Okay නේද? මෙයා x මෙයා y විදිහට ඇවිල්ලා තින්නේ. So in order to find m we have to divide x by y. Beautiful ne? You can do maths like this. Today is the first time you might be seeing this equation. Okay, tell me what happens. මේ m කියන එක නා අපිට මේම ලියන්න පුළුවන් නේ. එතකොට we can get y equals 1 over m times x graph එකක්. The same thing has happened here. And ඒක if you subject m and all, you will figure out the answer. Y තියෙනවා 4 times 10 to the power 7 is our x value divided by 2 times 10 to the power minus 3. This is our y value. Finally, we get the answer. Second one. Okay, ne? We will get the second one as our answer. So that is the seventh question. Listen. The fun part is the answer if you take it the other way. Are y over h kila gatta. For that also the answer is there. Okay. So if you directly take make Young's modulus kata tamai y over x. Y over x means you will get an answer like 0.5 times 10 to the power minus 10. Nice. That is the fifth answer. You won't get marks for that. Why? They have interchanged the x and the y axis. So even in the yellow exam paper, you get something like that. Okay. Next, eighth question. අපිට තියෙනවා root mean square speed ගැන. How much time did I spend? 30 minutes. Tattagala karaganu yamu. If not, we cannot do some questions. Make a past paper question. This was exactly the past paper question. We can directly use what you call VRMS. Here root take is equals to 3RT over M. And then make a square karama, we'll get VRMS equals to is proportional to temperature. Then we can write 2000, sorry, 2000 square over 1000 square is equals to 400 over X. X again 100 Kelvin kila. Then Celsius will be minus 173 Celsius. Okay, that is our answer. Second answer. This was a past paper question. One end of a 10-meter long steel rod of density 9 times 10 to the power 3 is hit with a hammer. If the time taken for compression pulse produced to reach the other end and reflect back. But wait, I forgot. What is that question? Eighth question. This is the eighth question. Next, we have the ninth question. We have a steel metal rod. You are hitting this side with a hammer. I don't know what kind of hammer is that, but you are hitting that side with a hammer. When you hit that side with a hammer, the wave pulse travels this side, bounces back and come back here. This is 10 meters. That means the wave has traveled 20 meters. Ne? The wave will travel 20 meters when it comes to here. Okay. Ne? They are asking for the Young's modulus. Our equation is, I don't know whether you know, there's an equation like this. V equals Young's modulus divided by density, whole thing root. මේ වගේ equation එකක් තියෙනවා. Velocity can be also written as distance with time divided by time. ඔන්න අපි ලියනවා distance is 20, time is 5 times 10 to the power minus 3. We have to find y. ඒ නිසා මේ දෙකම square කරගන්නවා to both sides. We know y. Rho එක 9 times 10 to the power 3. Multiply කරලා බලන්න මෙයා 4යි 4 times 10 to the power 3. 4 times 10 to the power 3 squared is going to be 16 times 10 to the power 6. 16 times 9 times 10 to the power 9 now. Then you have an issue. It's not a whole square value. කරදරයක් වෙනවා. Then what do we do? 10 to the power 10 අරගෙන for 1.6 you use the logarithm table and find the answer. Our answer here is first answer. Okay, this is the method. After that, finding the logarithmic value is your job. Next time, if that, you know, what is it? 3 times 4, 1.2. Root 10 के value के दान वाले नहीं है. Root 10 के value के multiply कराना हरी. 3 times 4. 3 times 4, 12. 12 के जो multiply में root 10. Then also you will get an answer. Abhi abhi to barak nahi. Okay now. So using that you can find Young's modulus. Okay. Root කන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. Sorry, I am really sorry. Root කන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. You will directly have, I guess, 4 times 10 to the power 6, 9, 16, 9. 16 times 9 is 14. Oh, 146 to මොකක්ද එනවා? 16 times 9. Shall we check? Yeah, 16, 160. 160 minus 16 is 146. Yes. ඔය එහෙම ගත්තද? You can also do like that. The thing is, I took here as 20 meters. If you are taking as 10 meters, may have digging with on a hurry, you will get the time. I took here the total distance, 20 meters. The total distance it takes to go here and come back. If you are only taking the distance for one way, you have to divide the time by 2. Same thing, you are just dividing the ratio. Then you will get like again a විදියට කරත් you will still get 1.4 times 10 to the power 11. So that is the 9th question. 10th one. An observer remains stationary in a road and x decibel. X decibel is produced by a constant velocity of 5 ms per minute along the bar 2s. After it departs from that point, at what time after the sound source leaves? How do you find decibel? Decibel එක එන්නේ log 10 whatever the value you are going to write divided by 10 to the power minus 12 ne. So मैं x decibel now we can write this as 10 to the power x yes x minus 12 kilo. Okay ne? A beautiful thing you can do. මේ shortcuts ටික මේ shortcuts නෙමෙයි. Just logic in your brain. Hey, මේක x නම් මොකක්ද දෙන්නේ මෙතන? Oh, 10 to the power x දින 12 කෙනෙක් ඉන්නේ. මේ 12 දෙක cancel වෙලා you will find x. එහෙමනේ කතාව. And x will be a minus value. Negative value. Yeah, එතකොට ඒ නිසා we can write like this for 1. හරිද? This will give you මෙතන 10කුත් තියෙනවානේ. I forgot about the 10 here. Yeah, then this will give you okay. This is the intensity. This is the intensity at the first instance, and this is when අපේ intensity equation is මොකක්ද? Intensity is equals to power divided by area. Then area කියන්නේ 4 pi r square. නේද? 4 pi r square. So intensity is proportional to r square. So ඒකෙන් අපිට දෙන්න ඕන this one is proportional to it is traveling at 5 meters per second for 2 seconds. 5 times to 10 meters. 10 ke square එකට. Okay. Then what we have? The second intensity. Second intensity 10 x ඍණ 2 ගේ ඍණ 12 is proportional to what is it? We don't know the distance. K කියලා දාගමු. K square කියලා. Okay ne? Addition of this will give actually minus 14 ne? Now we can continue with the question. May minus 12 එක වෙන විදිහට ලියන්න පුළුවන්. How can we write? To the power minus 12 කියන්නේ මෙයා නේද? මේව ලියන්න පුළුවන්. මෙයාව මේව ලියන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? මේවම I am taking bit of time. Otherwise you can directly write it like this. ඊට පස්සේ then we can cancel off මේ දෙන්නව divide කරාම what will happen? 10 to the power x cancels off. මෙයාගේ දෙකක් ඉතුරු වෙනවා මෙයා cancel off වෙනවා. මෙයා උඩට එනවා. Then we have 10 square is equals to k square divided by 10 square. Okay ne? ගොඩාක් shortcuts යන්නේ. Shortest method කියන්නේ. If you have any doubts, done. Okay. මෙයා උඩට ගියාම k square will be equals to 10 to the power 4. K is equals to 100. 100 divided by 5 meters per second. 5 meters per second will give you 20 seconds exactly. Okay, it will give 20 seconds exactly. So that is the fourth answer. Next, what do you have? 11th question. When a person sneezes, do you have any doubts in that? Any පුළුවන් shortcuts ටික පාවිච්චි කරා. Because more exam paper is something like that. Even shortcuts පාවිච්චි කරත් see, I have spent 40 minutes. එහෙම තමයි මේක. That is how exam papers are. Actually, I have to write much more shorter than this to find the answer quickly. When a person sneezes, the gaseous system mixed with 4 grams of water is accelerated from rest to 20 ms minus 1. What is the force? 20 meters. V equals U plus 18. Nice question. What is that question? 11th question. V equals U plus 18. V equals 20. Acceleration done. Time is 0.2. 0.2 liyan depa. 2 divided by 10 kilo liwa. Deka kabua. You will get acceleration is equal to 100 ms minus 1. 2 minus 2. And then you write F equals ME. Mass equals 0.4 grams. Is it 0.4 grams? No, 4 grams. 4 times 10 to the power minus 3 because Newton is kilograms per meters per square centimeter. So square seconds times 100 meters per second. 100 divided 10 square kilo dagamu. May the cancel we will get 0.4 newtons. That is the fourth answer. Twelfth question. Amar is the 12th question. 12th question is logic based, not calculation based. So the story is, we have in the 12th question, we have a concave lens. Make concave lens P from P, we are sending a ray. Okay, this ray doesn't become parallel. Maybe chuttak parallel. So what does that mean? If you increase this length, it will become parallel. That means focal length is somewhere here. Okay, it is close, but not exactly close. Now what's happening? You are sending Q, Q parallel to the principal axis. Any, what do you call? Light ray, you are sending parallel to the principal axis for a concave lens. So a convex lens goes into the focal point. So the main distance you have to find a point that is more than this distance. Just more than this may distance. ඒ වගේ තියෙන්නේ D කියන එක න. ඕනේ නේ මීටර රූලර් එක දාලාම චෙක් කරන්න D කියන එක න තමයි චුට්ටක් දුර වැඩිව තියෙන එක උත්තරේ. So it is the fourth answer. Okay නේ? It is the fourth answer. Next. 13th question. A flywheel of moment of inertia 0.4 is being rotated by a motor of 100 watts at a constant velocity of 10 radius minus 1. P equals FV. Now, why do you need a motor of power 100 watt to maintain this flywheel at a constant velocity of 10 radius minus 2, radius minus 1? There's a, what do you call? There's a, what do you call, resistance in that. That resistance only we are trying to find. Okay, නේ? Resistance එක හොයන විදිය කොහොමද? මේක in terms of angular, yeah, in terms of angular motion or rotational motion ලියනවා නම් how can we write? Rho omega කියලා. Power is equals to 2 omega. එහෙම ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Okay නේ? rho omega කියලා ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Using that, rho omega කියලා ලිව්වා. We know the power 100. We know tau we know omega, which is 10. Tau will be equals to 10. The yeah, tau will be equals to 10. Tau equals I alpha, which is equals to 10. I එක දීලා තියෙනවා 0.4 කියලා. Then we are trying to find alpha. Yeah, make a resistive torque එක. Now we are trying to find the deceleration due to resistive torque. So මෙතනට එනවා we can write it as 4 divided by 10. 4 කැපෙනවා මෙතන 2.5 වලට. Alpha is equals to 25. That is minus 2. You have got the final answer there. That is the third answer. Okay. Do you have any doubts in this? Do you have any doubts in this? Hari, what is this? Okay. So yeah, that is it. What else do we have? 25. Now 14th question. If the two particles present at a point above the horizontal ground, one is thrown horizontally with the velocity of 4 ms minus 1. Hari. මේක නම් වෙලාවයි කරන ප්‍රශ්නයක්. We'll write it on this side. වෙලාවයි will take a lot of both space. Okay. Our story is this. We have for the 14th question, පොඩි චුට්ටක් අමාරු question එකක්. For 14th question, we have a point. Hari. We start from a certain height above the what do you call above the surface. We are throwing one ball at 3 ms minus 1 and another ball at 4 ms minus 1. Okay. Horizontal displacement is 20 meters. So, may have attained horizontal displacement is 20 meters. Then using S equals UT, you can find the time. 20 is equals to 40. Time is equals to 5 seconds. Time is equals to 5 seconds. Okay. May I people? Time is equals to 5 seconds. So whatever this motion is, it has happened within 5 seconds. Next, we have this, yeah. We'll take upward velocity. First of all, we'll name this ball AB. Upward velocity of, upward, sorry. Downward displacement of A. YA කියලා ගමු. YA will be equals to, we started with the initial velocity of minus 3t. We started with the initial velocity of minus 3t. Acceleration is half gt square. Downward displacement of YB is equals to half gt square. Okay. Now if we find the difference between these two values, we can find the, what do you call? Yeah, maximum height difference between these two particles when they are falling. They both have the same acceleration. Because of that, they will have the same displacement after some time. Displacement distance between them. So a distance what can we do? We'll do YB minus YA. YB minus YA, half GT squared will get cancelled off. We'll get 3T. We know time is 5 seconds. And we are getting 15 meters maximum. So the maximum difference in distance between two different particles, these two particles is going to be exactly 15 meters. Hurry. We can, I guess we can continue like this. Yeah, math 15, math 15, math 20. We have to find this angle. Now, so this h squared is equals to 20 squared plus 15 squared. We'll get the final answer as 25. X is equals to 25. That is first answer. Okay? That is the first answer for 14th question. Question number 15. Discussion 15. Length of two rods made of materials having linear expansivity alpha divided by 3 are L and 2L respectively. By how much should the temperature be increased in order for them to become equal in length? Our final length is equals to L dash. Final length L dash. For our first equation, we will get L1 plus alpha theta. For our second equation, we will get 2L1 plus alpha bedima thuna theta. Now we can equate these two. When we equate these two, we will get L1 plus alpha theta is equals to 2L1 plus 1 plus alpha bedima thuna theta. L to L kapena. You are left with 1 plus alpha theta plus 2 plus 2 alpha theta divided by 3. 2 minus 1 will be 1. Alpha theta minus 2 alpha theta will give us alpha theta bedima 3. Our theta value is going to be 3 divided by alpha. Okay, Neil? That is the third answer. Simple question. Good potty questions. Next one is also logic question. We can directly answer it. Story is this. We have 16. We have what do you call it? Distance like this. Distance, graph like this of a path. We are starting from here and going from here. We have positive x value. See, positive horizontal velocity. Thereafter, we have a negative horizontal velocity. Then we can cancel off, and then no horizontal velocity. Second answer. No need to even go to the horizontal velocity. Sorry, vertical velocity. Just horizontal velocity when we can find the answer. 17th one. 17th question. A certain mass of water is contained inside a container or calorimeter. When a 90-watt heater is immersed, the temperature rises and reaches a steady value of 35 Celsius. Thereafter, we are putting a heater is replaced with a 180-watt heater and temperature rises up to 45 Celsius and it will reach a steady state. What is the room temperature? We have this simple equation of Newton's law of cooling again. Rate of change of heat is equals to Ka delta theta. Delta theta means theta minus theta r. You are using this equation to find the answer. At the end of the day, rate of change of heat is same. Calorimetric rate of change of heat is same. Then we can write Ka 35 minus theta is equals to Ka 45 minus theta. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Equal නෙමෙයි. We are going with 90 and 4, 90 and 80 නේ. 90 වලට we are KA 35 minus theta. For 180 we are KA 45 minus theta. 2 K gets cancelled off. We are getting 45 minus theta is equals to 70 minus 2 theta. Theta is equals to 25 Celsius. That is our fourth answer. Lesson චූටි ප්‍රශ්න. In 2025 paper චූටි ප්‍රශ්න. ලොකු ප්‍රශ්න. According to what the MORA paper is it, what level the MORA paper is it to, I think your MCQ paper will be really easy. ඒක තමයි යාළුවත් හිතලා තියෙන්නේ. Can't tell. That's what they have thought as well. I am also going to think something like this. Because obviously our essay MCQ paper was a bit hard. Bit harder. එච්චර කැත paper එකක් නෙමෙයි. It was a bit hard. This is a simple question. If you know where this equation comes, you can directly find the answer. The story is this. We use equation like this, 1 over v minus 1 over u equals 1 over f කියලා. Okay, even if but in a convex lens, image is formed on the negative side. So sin convection, this will become negative. Now bracket කරානම් we'll get a positive value here. Then we can write u plus v divided by uv is equals to 1 over f කියලා. That means f is equals to uv divided by u plus v. uv is 100. U plus V is 20. Our final answer is 5. That is the first answer. Lassana uttarයක් නේ. Don't even have to, if you can think, if you know, if you remember that while going through this equation, මේ වගේ formula එකක් එනවා කියලා for a convex lens, කෙනෙක් උත්තර දාලා මේක දාලා ගන්න පුළුවන් උත්තරේ. 5 centimeters is the focal length of the whatever convex lens you are using. Next is the telescoping special adjustment. Never have I ever seen such a question, but beautiful, short, easy question. Our initial, okay. We are focusing on a sun neither. Sun is at infinity. Any object at infinity will get focused to the focal point. Yeah, and then that means මේව convex lens දෙකක් තියෙනකොට it will get arranged somewhere here and this will be 100 centimeters. You have another 15 centimeters left. හැබැයි මෙයාගේ focal point එක 10. Nice නේ? That means object is here. We have to find the image distance. 1 over v minus 1 over u equals 1 over a. As is yeah, we are trying to find 1 over v. එහෙනම් මෙයාව මේ පැත්තට දාගන්න පුළුවන්. 1 over f plus 1 over u කියලා. What is our focal length? 10. Is it 10? Minus 10. මෙතන 15. Image object distance is 15. Our final answer will be something like 30 centimeters. Try එකක් දීලා බලන්න v is equals to 30 centimeters. So that is going to be our fourth answer. Okay නේ? Try එකක් දීලා බලන්න එනවා. Why? Multiplication of this is 150. උඩට එන්නේ 5. 10 minus 15 minus 10. එතකොට 5 එන්නේ. 150 divided by 5 you would get 30. That is the final answer. Next, 20th question. 20th question is lazy. What they have done is, they have said heat from K to M is 8 joules. And the work done during the process is 3 joules. That means we can directly say the internal energy needed to go from K to M is 5 joules and it doesn't change. Now when it goes through N, our work is 1 joule, not 3. And what is our total? What is the total heat absorbed by the system? කොහොමද? 1 plus 5. 5 joules internal energy work එක 1. Q equals U W නේ. Delta Q equals delta U plus delta W. U එක දන්නවා 5 කියලා. W එක දන්නවා 1 කියලා. So you will get 6 joules. Instant answer ගන්න පුළුවන් මේ වල තමයි. 6 joules is second answer. 21st question. That is also an instant answer question if you have done that lesson. මේක හැම සර්ගේ ටියුට් එකම තියෙනවා. හරිද? When the frequency, when we use different frequency, what do you call, when we use a photoelectric cell with different frequency of light, our energy needed to stop that particle will be dependent on HF. Okay? Which is equals to VQ. Okay, we can put it something like this. So H is a constant, Q will be a constant, V is proportional to frequency. Stopping potential is proportional to frequency. Frequency of blue is greater than, green is greater than red. A can if stopping potential of blue is greater than, green is greater than red. A වගේ උත්තරේ එන්නේ fifth answer. Okay නේ? A වගේ උත්තරයක් එන්නේ for the fifth answer. 21. 22. 22 also a small cute question. ලස්සන ප්‍රශ්නයක්. We have මෙහෙම ඉන්නවා. මට 6 කිලෝ ohms දීලා තියෙන්නේ. මෙතන 12 දීලා we are connected a diode. And මෙයා y මෙයා x. මෙයා 12යි 6යි 6යි. Our first question, our question says when y is maintained at a positive terminal relative to x. No. When y is maintained at a positive terminal and then at negative terminal relative to x, find the effective resistance. Let's say we are grounding this guy. මෙයාට ground එකක් දෙනවා. First occasion is positive terminal. Positive terminal, let's say we are giving plus 10 voltage to y. Plus 10 දුන්නා නම් what will happen? මෙතන 10 volt. the potential divider concept එකේ මෙයා 5 මෙයා 0 වෙනවා. Okay? This will also get 10 volt. If you see the diode is forward biased. Forward biased now 10, forward biased now we are using ideal diode. Ideal diode now, මෙයා 10 වෙනවා. If that becomes 10, මේ resistance ටික cancel වෙනවා. 1 over R is equals to 1 over 12 plus 1 over 6. 12 over 3, R is equals to 4 kilo ohms. That will directly give you the fifth answer. No need to think about anything else. Directly you will get the fifth one as the answer. 22nd question. 23rd. A closed room of volume 20 cubic meters. A closed room of volume 20 cubic meters has 75% relative humidity. Where saturated vapor pressure is 20 grams per cubic meter. What mass of water should be removed to bring it to 50%? 100% එකට 20 grams per cubic meter. They are given. Aiming for 75, it should be 15. For 50, it should be 10. That's a common knowledge. We are talking about relative density. Then our percentage the absolute humidity will also change. මෙතෙන් change එක කීයද? 5 grams per cubic meter. So 5 grams per cubic meter should be released from the room. Our room is 20 cubic meters. Then we'll directly get 100 grams. That is the fourth answer. මේ direct answers in උත්තර දාලා තියෙනවා. These are direct answer questions. Alpha and proton particles are accelerated from rest by different uniform electric fields. When they achieve equal magnitudes of displacement, they achieve as equal magnitudes of momentum, ratio of magnitudes of the acceleration. Alpha particle can. Wait, what was that question? 23. Ne? What is alpha particle? Alpha particle helium ne. Helium හතර දෙක ඒකේ මෙයා නැහැ. Basically helium atom. Then the mass of this is අපි comparatively 4. Proton के mass is comparatively 1, relatively 1. Then first of all, there is equal magnitudes of momentum. M1 V1 equals M2 V2. What is helium's mass? 4. Velocity helium V helium කියලා දාගමු. Mass of proton 1. Velocity of proton. Okay. Thereafter, they're talking about acceleration. V squared equals U squared plus 2as. Why? They haven't talked about time, they have talked about distance. Then we can write V squared is equals to 2as. V squared is equals to 2as. Acceleration is equals to V squared over 2s. Okay, acceleration is equals to V squared over 2s. Acceleration of helium. Then we can directly write, what do you call it? Constant. Distance is constant. Acceleration is proportional to V squared. Acceleration of helium divided by acceleration of proton is equals to V helium squared. What is the velocity of proton? 4 times that of helium. So 4 VE squared. අපිට කෙනින් මෙතෙන්නවා 1/16 කියලා. This ratio is directly given by the fifth answer. Okay, do you have any doubts in that? පට කියලා යන ගානක්. Velocity දැම්මා ඊට පස්සේ V squared equals U squared plus 2as දැම්මා උත්තරේ එනවා. Don't try to do it through radiation. If you do it through radiation. 25th statement question. A positively charged point mass is projected into the region where only uniform electric field forms. What do we get here? We are having parabolic trajectory. What other movement? Movement in physics in our A-level syllabus have a parabolic trajectory. Throwing a ball at a certain angle under gravity. Then they have said there is no gravity here, there is only electric field here. Gravitational acceleration acts downwards. Same way we have to put the electric field in such a way that the force due to electric field acts downwards. Electric field is pointing downwards. Okay, pointed downwards. This is positive plate, this is negative plate. Okay, and they are talking about something called Y as well. Electric potential at Y is higher than X. This is minus. Abhi meow ground karana. Either this would have a certain voltage, let's say 100 volts. Meow 50 wagiti because of electric field. Therefore, yes, electrostatic potential is electric potential is greater y than x. Sum of electric potential energy and kinetic energy will be same. Yes. When it goes up, it loses kinetic energy, and that lost kinetic energy will be converted into electric potential energy. Therefore, the second statement is also correct. A correct, B correct, C. Direction of electric field is downwards. The first thing we did. So we get fifth answer there. Next one. So that is the 25th question, okay? 25th question. '26. A kettle of mass 0.6 kilograms and contain 2 kilograms of water at temperature 30 Celsius. They are given specific heat capacity of kettle and water and the power rate. Power ke rate එක. They are asking for time. මේක දැන් I guess 5 days ago, from 5 days ago onwards, thermal practical වල fully කරන දෙයක් තමයි මේක. What is it? Energy is equals to M1C1 plus M2C2 delta theta. මෙතන මොකක්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? Energy will be written as PT. Energy will be written as PT. What is PT? 1400 times time is equals to M1.6. C1 මෙයා kettle මෙයා water කියලා ගමු. C1 900 plus M2 M2 කියන්නේ 2 kilograms. C2 4200. Delta theta 70. 100 minus 30 70. කපන්න පුළුවන්. T is equals to ආයෙ කපන්න පුළුවන්. $420 plus 18. 400 and මෙයා වැරදිනේ. මෙයා වැරදි. We have 60 by 6 gram 54. அது 54 දෙකෙන් කැඩුවා නම් 25, 26, 27. We'll get 447 seconds. Okay, ne? 447 seconds. That is the which answer? 447 second answer. Okay, neither. That is the second answer. 27. 27. What do we have 27? If you know the equation for gravitational acceleration, you can directly from gravitational field gm divided by r square. Now what has happened? Mass has increased by mass has gone to nm and radius has gone to in the yes m squared r squared. May g now. This is what is this? This is again gravity. Then we can directly write ng divided by m squared kila. How many seconds did I take? Maybe 10, 15 seconds. That is physics. ඔන්න අර වගේ ප්‍රශ්න තමයි දීලා තියෙන්නේ. Those days, not those days. දුන්නා lazy paper එකක් දුන්නා අමාරු paper එකක් දුන්නා, but this time it is easier. If you can get, if MORA paper have questions where you can get the answers within 10 seconds. A level paper එකේ 1 second වලින් ගන්න උත්තරේ තියෙන්නේ. I hope so. If that happens, everyone will get marks. ඊට පස්සේ that's score ප්‍රශ්නයක් එනවා. ඊට පස්සේ there will be some other problems. It will be nice. 28. An insulated wire is wound around a portion of a U-shaped soft iron core of circular cross-section as shown in the figure, and a constant current is passed through it. For that, it's simple. We have a U28 නේ. We have a U shape. මේ U shape එකට මේව coil එකක් දීලා දෙනවා. Nothing that much of a problem නේ. මේකට දීලා තියෙනවා current එක මෙහෙම. Using the right hand grip rule, current downwards, grip එක මේ පැත්තට. හරිද? මේ පැත්තට means magnetic axis towards this side. But there's a problem. This is a conductive surface නේ. This is a conductive surface. මේවත් magnetic flux move වෙනවා. Then මෙතන මේම magnetic flux enter වෙනවා. Then it's something like a U-shaped magnet. U-shaped magnet එක මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? Magnetic flux follows this trend. මේ වගේ trend එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Okay නේ? In this, මෙතන they are connected a compass. And they are asking for the direction. The first compass මේ පැත්තට, second compass මේ පැත්තට, third compass මේ පැත්තට. This will be our fifth answer. Okay නේද? That is our fifth answer. 29. Oh my god. අපි 30 ආව චොට්ට ගෙසේ එක බලලා ඉතින් පොඩි ගෙස් එකක් කියන්න. Okay? I don't know whether people will be there. කරමු. මේකේ නෑ YouTube live එකේ ඉන්නවා. මේකේ නෑ. What is this? YouTube live එකේ ඉන්නවා වගේ. Okay නේ. 29. Magnetic flux density applied perpendicular to a plane of a rectangular wire loop of dimensions μ 10 and 5 changes uniformly from 0.01 Tesla to 0.005 Tesla. Okay නේ? 0.01 Tesla to 0.005 Tesla. In a time interval of 0.05 seconds. What is the induced electromotive force? What is the induced electromotive force? 29th question. EMF is equals to delta BA divided by delta T. මේ වගේ equation එකක් තියෙනවා in magnetic field. Now we can write delta B is 0.005. Why? 0.01 minus 0.005 will end up with this. මේක මේම කරදරයි නිසා we are going to write it as 5 times 10 to the power minus 3. Area is 10 times 5, 50 times 10 to the power minus 4 because we have to turn it into meter squares. Thereafter, time. Time is given as 5 times 10 to the power minus 2. Yeah, mere into the power 5 to the power 5 times 10 to the power minus 2. That means 0.5 millivolt. This is given by the first answer. Next, first answer. YouTube live මොකක් කරලා කමක් නැහැ. Let's continue. Let's continue. So that is the 29th question. 29th question. Honey. Now 30th question. We'll go to the 30th question. 30th question. A solid cylinder of height capital H with uniform cross-sectional area is immersed up to its height simple H and independently floats in an incompressible liquid at rest. When a block of M is placed on it, the cylinder is completely immersed. What is the mass of the cylinder? Hurry. That is 30th question. Initially, upthrust is equals to weight, and that upthrust is given by area times H, rho water G is equals to capital mg, because we don't know the mass of the cylinder. This is the first occasion. In the second occasion, we can write A capital H rho water G is equals to G plus capital mg. Capital mg done nisa, we can directly write H minus simple H rho water G is equals to mg here. This is our second instant. If we divide 2 by 1, මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? Areas will get cancelled off. Rho water G will get cancelled off. එතන G එක cancel වෙනවා. අපිට අන්තිමට එනවා M equals M over M is equals to H over capital H minus simple H. M is equals to that is going to be our fourth answer. This is our fourth answer. ඊට පස්සේ 31. What is 31? 31. A smooth small hole is 31 I can remember. Then story is we have a circular motion. Okay, we have circular motion and there's a pebble and this pebble is connected to a string and the string is sent down through a hole. Okay, Nick? Now what we are doing, we are going to reduce the radius by half. Then what will happen? We have to follow the I1 omega 1 equals I2 omega 2 equation. We can write it in a different form of MR V2 kila. MR to V2 kila. Initial radius is R, initial velocity is V. Final radius is R auto. A can V2 is equals to 2V. Okay, so therefore you can see we have found the final velocity. Kinetic energy is dependent on half mv square. Initially we had v square, now we have 2v square. That means final kinetic energy is 4 times that of initial kinetic energy. Okay, that means our answer is 4. 4 times that of initial kinetic energy. Our answer is 4. First answer. Okay. 32. 32 එක කරන්න ලොකු method එකක් තියෙනවා, පොඩි method එකක් තියෙනවා. If you want the what do you call the method of deriving the amplification value, if you want to find the way to derive the amplification value, මට පොඩි message එකක් දාන්න, I will send it to you. හරිද? Otherwise we can directly say එතන නම් voltage amplification is equals to 1 plus RF over RI කියලා. RI තියෙන්නේ. Yes, Ri කියලා. What is Ri? Now, what is Ri? 2R. මෙතන R. Ultimately, we are getting the final answer as 3. That is the voltage amplification. That means voltage gain. The voltage gain is equal to V out over V in. Voltage gain is 3. We know the V output, that is 12. We have to find the V in. Okay. Then V in is equal to 4 volts. That is the fourth answer. Okay. That is 32. 32. Next we'll do 33. A block of mass M is moving with a velocity V towards a heavy bump of mass capital M. Capital M is much larger than simple M. On a smooth horizontal ground and the bump moves towards the wave block with velocity V over 2. If the curved surface of the bump is smooth, what is the maximum height? Bump එකේ collision වෙන්නේ නැහැ. It doesn't do a collision. We are going to a normal velocity kinetic energy versus potential energy story. If you understand that, we can directly say relative velocity of mass simple M is 3V over 2. ඉතින් අපිට දෙන්න බලන්න kinetic energy is equals to potential energy කියලා. Gravitational potential. Kinetic energy is half M 3V divided by 2 ගේ squared එක. Potential energy is mgh. M කැපෙනවා. We have to find h. H will be equals to 9V squared divided by 248. 8G. This question you will get third answer. Now maybe past paper question එකක් තිබුණා. But we didn't have the relative velocity story. No, we didn't have the relative velocity story. If we include the relative velocity story, you will get the same answer. Past paper එකේ relative velocity story එකක් තිබුණේ. Here we have a relative velocity story. That's the only difference. That is 33. 34. Two infinitely long parallel state conductors කියනවා. We have 10 ampere by the first conductor, 2 ampere by the second conductor. Due to that, the force is created. And 34 ne? 34. We have 10 ampere current flowing through and a 2 ampere current flowing through. We have a conductor. That conductor also sends the current I. Because of these two, there will be repulsion. There will be repulsion. To balance this repulsion, what current should flow through this? There will be another reflection here. To balance this, how much current should flow through this? That is the question. First of all, let's say this is situation A and this is situation B. For situation A, force is equals to mu naught L keneke. We are given this is A kila, this is 3A kila. So A, I1 is 10 amperes, I2 is 2 amperes divided by 2 pi. මේ L කියලා කියවද කවුද? අනේ L කියන්නේ L. අපිට L එකට වැලියු නැහැනේ. A එකට තමයි වැලියු තියෙන්නේ. 2 pi R. R is 8. Okay නේ? For B situation, F is equals to mu naught L. If both the same forces, because you have to balance this at the same distance. Mu naught L, මෙයාව දන්නේ නැහැ. That's we are trying to find 2 pi VA. If you divide 1 by 2, or if you equate 1 and 2, you will get I is equals to 3 10 wali multiply with 30 amperes. What is that answer? That is our first answer. Okay, so that is the first answer. 30 minutes here now. And we have 15 questions more. Karune, Karun. We can do. 35. In the transitor circuit shown in the figure, base emitter voltage is negligibly small. When RB is 500 kilo ohms, the collector current is 3.6 milliamperes. When RB is reduced to 360, it still operates in active state. What is the new correct current? Next question. We can do it here itself. We have something called beta, current gain. Current gain is equals to collector current divided by base current. V equals IR when we can find that the base current is equals to V divided by whatever the resistance they are giving. මෙතන R dash කියලා දාගන්න. In the first situation, collector current එක දීලා තියෙනවානේ. What is collector current? නෑ මෙයා මේව cross multiply කරන්න පුළුවන්. Then IB is equals to V divided by 500 times beta is equals to what is it? 3.6 milliamperes. In the second occasion, we are having V divided by 360. Beta is equals to මෙයාව දන්නේ නැති තරම්. If we divide these two, මේ දෙක cancel වෙනවා, මේ අර ඔක්කොම cancel වෙනවා, මේ cancel වෙනවා, මෙතන cancel වෙනවා. X will literally become 5 milliamperes. That is our fifth question. Now here also I have to tell this, I am not doing any calculation because I don't have any time. If you cannot do this calculation, මේ exam paper එක ලියන එක අමතක කරලා දාන්න ඉතින්. මේක බැරි නම් කෙලින්ම කැපෙන වෙලෙ එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. හරි 360 will cancel off with 3.6. Then you are left with 100. 100 divided by 500, you will directly get 5. V දෙක cancel වෙනවා. beta දෙක cancel වෙනවා. හරිද? මේ වගේ කරන්න බැරි නම් better not do the exam. Skip the exam. Skip කරාට first try කියලා වැටෙන්නේ නැහැ. Hi, where was I? Yeah, that story is done. Now let's go to 36th question. This was the first MORA paper to ever get MCQ questions where the values cancel off. මට මතක හැටියට cancel off වෙන විදියට 35 to 50 දෙන්නේ නැහැ. 36 questions cancels off. Nice නේ. 36. 36 මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? The resistance of a galvanometer is 9.9. One division of its scale shows 10 microamperes. Scale is divided into 10 equal divisions. To convert its range to 1 milliampere, what is the value we should use? Story is this, we have a galvanometer. To increase the current through it, current value එක හොයන්න පුළුවන් විදියට කරගන්න, what should we do? We have to connect a parallel resistor. That is the story. When we connect a parallel resistor, what is this concept? Current divider concept. Using current divider concept, we can write 10 microamperes, 10 to the power minus 6, is equals to find the current through this, R 9.9. To find the current through the galvanometer, we have to write something like this near total current times the current of the other one. Resistance of the other one. Then you will get the current flowing through the galvanometer. That is the current divider principle. මෙයාට multiply කරනවා by 10 to the power minus 3 ගන්න. 10 to the power minus 3. 10 to the power minus 3 is equals to 1 milliampere. 1 milliampere is equals to 10 microamperes. 10 to the power minus 3 is equals to 1 milliampere. 1 milliampere is equals to 10 microamperes. 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 We are left with -2. අපිට ලියන්න පුළුවන් R plus 9.9 is equals to 100R. 99R is equals to 9.9. R is equals to 0.1 ohms. Okay, නේද? 0.1 ohms. That will directly give us the third answer. මේ ලස්සනට හැදෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ දීලා තියෙනවා. If there is something else, it would be a mess. 37th one is a statement question. 37th one is a statement question. A and B are a solid conducting sphere and a thick conducting spherical shell, respectively, having the same center. This system is isolated and sphere A is charged to plus Q. While shell B is uncharged, if shell B is now A is charged to plus Q when shell B is uncharged. B එකට අපි earth කරනවා. What will happen then? In order to neutralize the entire system, B එකට negative Q charges attract වෙනවා. Positive gets attracted to negative charges. And plus Q එකේ සමාන කරන්න negative Q charges will get collected on B. And that will directly tell the first answer is correct. First statement is correct. Second statement. Electric field around the outside will vanish. Vanish වෙනවා නේද? Right? Because of this, මේක නිසා press Q නිසා we'll get 1 over 4 by epsilon naught Q over R square නේ. දැන් Q over R නේ. ඒක නිසා මෙතන එන එක field එක will get cancelled off with 1 over 4 by epsilon naught minus Q over R. That cancel out whenever. Yes. See, potential energy also decreases. Same because me press Q එක what is potential energy? Initial potential energy is 0. Finally, the potential energy is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q minus Q divided by R. We just, what do? We just increase the velocity. Velocity increase now, man. It will just escape the gravitational field. And in the path we increase the velocity. It will leave the gravitational field of Earth. අනිතුකම් වැරදි. අනිතුකම් කියපු ගමන් තේරෙනවා වැරදි කියලා. 39. That's a nice question. We have steam and a certain length of rod. Let's say this is at 100 Celsius and this is at theta Celsius. And at the end of the rod, we have a circular, hemispherical surface that will release heat into the environment. And that temperature of environment is 25 Celsius. So rate of cooling we are going to balance rate of cooling with rate of conduction. What is the rate of conduction? K කියන්නේ Ka delta theta over L. Ka delta theta over L. What is the rate of heat loss? एक Ka delta theta කියලා ලියන්නේ, but here the K has a different value. ඒ නිසා අපි දාමු capital K කියලා. Yeah, I could have choose something else, but I chose capital K. Next. What is the rate of conduction of mica? 0.8. What is the area? We can write it as pi r square. What is delta theta? 100 minus theta. Okay, Nathan. What is the length? 1 meter, which is equals to 2.6 times area. Area of a hemisphere is 2 pi r square. Delta theta is theta minus 25. Pi r square කැපෙනවා. දෙක හරි. මෙතනින් එනවා 2.6 1.3 මෙයාත් කැපෙනවා. මෙයා කැපිලා මෙතන එනවා 0.2 කැපෙ ඉතුරු වෙනවා. We have 20 minus 0.2 theta is equals to 1.3 theta minus 32.5. Finally, apparently we get the final answer as 35. Make it, so our answer is fourth answer. Okay, නේද? මෙයා මෙතන කරලා. Okay නේ? So that is 39. Now let's go to the 40th question. Fortieth question. We have a helicopter throwing sand neither. We have a helicopter throwing sand. When helicopter is moving in a circular direction, we can say V equals R omega. V equals R omega. Sorry. කොහොමද කරේ? Okay, sorry. Now I can remember. First of all, we'll try to find the time taken to fall down. Time taken to fall down. How can we write? S equals ut plus half at square. Ut කියන එක නා බිඳුවයි. Therefore, we can directly write h is equals to half g t square. T squared is equals to 2h over g. T is equals to root 2h over g. Okay, thereby we have found the height. The height limit. Then we can use s equals ut to away from the center. Distance දන්නේ නැහැ. විසි වෙන distance එක කොහොමද ලියන්නේ? R omega time is 2h over g. Then we can find total, total distance as r plus r omega ඇතුලේ දාගමු 2h omega square divided by g. We are getting r 1 plus 2h omega square divided by g. Wait. Yeah, මේ වගේ මේ 1 plus එකේ කැත කතාවක් තියෙනවානේ. ස්ක්වයර් කරගත්තා. ස්ක්වයර් කරා නම් මේක මම බලලා දාන්න. මේකට වෙන විදියක් තියෙනවා. අනිත් විදිහට කරන්න වෙනකොට මේකට වෙලාව යයි. ඒක නම් මම බලලා දාන්න. බලන කට්ටිය ආන්න මං දාන්න. ඕකේනේ බලන කට්ටිය ආන්න මං දාන්න. මේ මතකයි. අනිත් විදියට මතකයි අනිත් විදියට it will take a lot of time. Okay, අනිත් විදියට අහලා දාන්න මං දාන්න. 41. I'm gonna erase this one as well. මේවත් මකලා දාන්න. Yeah, 41. What has happened here? When two waves with a time period t travel in opposite direction and superimposed to form stationary wave. The shape of a stationary wave at time t equals 0, t equals t divided by 4, t divided by 2, 3t over 4 and t is given in each figure. Directly below it, the individual shape of the two superimposed waves are given separately. Comparing the shown individual wavefronts with time with the others, which one is incorrect? Our story is, first of all, we are checking whether the two waves can superimpose and create the correct values. Yes, ne පළවෙනි එකෙත් හරි can superimpose that. Second one also can superimpose that. Third one can also superimpose that. Fourth one can also superimpose that. Fifth also can superimpose to give that answer. මේකේ ගේම දීලා තියෙන්නේ by the distance the wave travels. For T04 or 90 degrees space එක මාරු වෙන්න ඕනේ. The top one should go 90 degrees to the left. The bottom one should go T04 to the right. So එහෙම බලන්න. First one හරි. Second one also has moved something like that. Third one එකේ top one has moved මේ පැත්ත. Fourth one bottom one has moved to the right. Fourth one එකේ the bottom one has moved to the left. The top one has moved to the right. Then the fourth one is wrong. So 41 එකට fourth one තමයි වැරදි එක. That is the answer. "42. A solid dense sphere kept on a rough surface is thrown along the ground at some unidimensional speeds without rotation at different instances. In each instance, the sphere initially rolls while sleeping. And later begins to roll without sleeping. Which of the following statements regarding the relationship between the final speed of the rotating sphere and the coefficient of friction is correct?" This is not enough. We need this whole page. We need this whole page. Fun fact is it doesn't depend on the friction, coefficient of friction. It doesn't depend on the coefficient of friction. Why do I say that? Sphere initially rolls while sleeping and later begins to roll without sleeping. Initially it rolls without sleeping. With sleeping. How can we take that? F equals ma. ඒකට මෙතන friction එක එන්නේ, so we can write mu mg equals ma. m දෙක කැපුවා, deceleration is equals to mu g. Okay, deceleration is equals to mu g. Now let's think about rotational energy. Increment in rotational energy. Oh, increment in rotational energy නෙමෙයි, rotational speed. How can we do that? How can we do that? Rho equals මේ කීයද? 42 නේද? 42. Rho equals fr. What is f? F කියන්නේ කවුද? mu mg. R කියන්නේ කවුද? R කියන්නේ r. Radius of the sphere. Radius of the sphere. And we have 2. We can write 2 as I alpha. What is the inertia of sphere? 2 over 5 mr square. Is 2 over 5 mr square. Yes. Then we can find alpha as m to m කැපෙනවා, r to r කැපෙනවා. We are left with 5 mu g divided by 2r. What the this? 5 mu g divided by 2r. Yes, 5 mu g divided by 2r. 5 mu g divided by 2r. Omega equals alpha t. But we are trying to find velocity. We have to find velocity. Final velocity. Yeah, using this we can find the velocity of the sphere. Because what happens? මේ වගේ sphere එකේ this is velocity. මෙයා 2v rolling sphere එකේ. මෙයා 0. එහෙම නේද? Using this we can find the velocity of sphere. So velocity of the sphere. එතන මේ දෙපැත්තම r ටික multiply වෙනවා. Then we will get v is equals to r alpha එක 5 over 2 mu g r time එක t. r to r කැපෙනවා. r to r කැපෙනවා. r to r කැපෙනවා. Then we can find time t. T is equals to 2v divided by 5 mu g. Okay, 2v divided by 5 mu g. Sorry, my initial velocity නෙමෙයි, my final velocity. Because initial velocity is slipping, slip වෙනවානේ. Final velocity is rolling. Then මෙයා ඔක්කොම u වෙනවා. මෙයාත් u වෙනවා. Now, from slipping to not slipping. V equals u plus at down. Okay නේ. Initial velocity දන්නේ නැහැ. Final velocity එක final velocity කොහොමද? u කියලා දාගමුකෝ. Final velocity initial velocity u. Final velocity එක v. Minus deceleration නේ. අපේ deceleration value එක mu g. Mu g. Time එක 2u divided by 5 mu g. Okay නේද? 2u divided by 5 mu g. අපි මොකක් හරි කැත කරාද? මේ 5 over 2 හරිද? 5 over 2 මෙතන 5 over 2. If you check mu g cancels out. Then final velocity is not dependent on the frequency, coefficient of friction. Final velocity is not dependent on the coefficient of friction. Therefore, එහෙම තියෙන උත්තරේ third answer. මාර ලොකු explanation එක අන්තිමට දුන්නා. What do we have next? 43. 43 is 30 by මං හිතන්නේ කමක් නැහැ. 43 voltmeter and ammeter shown in the circuit 1 are ideal. In circuit 2, the internal resistance of the voltmeter is 900 ohms. If the reading of the ammeter in both circuits are equal, what is the internal resistance of the ammeter? Ammeter reading is now. What has happened? Current is same. Current is same. Current to circuit 1 is V equals IR. Current is 1. If current is same and the voltage is same, resistance is also same. In the second circuit, we can find a certain maker. In the second circuit, we can write. First of all, we are finding the second circuit. Voltmeter, resistance, ammeter, 12 volts. First of all, we are finding this. What is it? 1 over R equals 1 over 900 plus 1 over 100. At Karamenava, 900 over 10. Resistance is equals to 90 ohms. On this section, 90 ohms. We have 100 ohms across the whole section. Even an ammeter, resistance of the ammeter is 10 ohms. Then what do we have? Okay, we have two answers with 10 ohms. They are asking for voltmeter reading as well. Voltmeter reading, we can find it using potential divider concept. 90 divided by 100 times 12. This will give us 10.8 volts. That is the fifth answer. 43 get a fifth answer. 44 we don't have to calculate. We can directly find. Directly find not I have to draw the mechanic. I have to draw the circuit. You don't have to, you can directly do it in the paper itself. Important continue. Minus 5 volts connected to a resistor, connected to a diode, connected to a ground, which is connected to a capacitor, which is connected to a diode again and a ground. Here also connected to a resistance, a capacitor, and then ground. Story is this. Initially, may -5, may 0 neither. Current will flow from here to here. Here at the junction value will be minus 0.7 volts. Here then the voltage difference will be 4.3. We have 4.3 kilo ohms. Mn is 4.3 volts divided by 4.3 kilo ohms. Our first answer will be 1 milliampere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kilo we can cancel off the first two ones. Negative 0.7. What is this? This value is negative 0.7. Negative 0.7 neither. Because voltage should drop across the diode. And it's at negative 0.7. At negative 0.7 and there's no voltage between this. So third one only the fifth one is correct. Then we can say fifth one is the answer. 44th question. 45. 45. You want to look at the diagram and just think about it. There are 3 liquids and you are giving constant power to them. And which time they have given you the change in temperature. Okay. This graph is common in A-level standards. Common in A-level standards. හරිද? 45. Liquid C has the highest melting point. Yes, why? Melting point of A is 20, B is 50, C is 60. Correct? මෙයා හරි. Liquid B has the highest boiling point. Yes, 150 Celsius. Liquid C has the highest latent heat of fusion. How do you find it? Energy is equals to PT. Power is a constant for all the liquids. You're going to find the difference between time. A ට 160, B ට එනවා 210, C ට එනවා 412, 426. Therefore, yes, that is also correct. Fourth one, substance with highest specific heat capacity as the solid state is A. Yes, the thing that takes the longest time to go from 0 to 20 Celsius is A. Emanisa are correct. Fifth one, substance with highest specific heat capacity as a liquid state is B. No, that is also A, not B. B has the highest gradient. Again, within a small amount of time, it will start to boil. That means specific heat capacity is really low. Enisa, fifth one is the answer for 45th question. 46, a classic relative velocity and apparent frequency based question. Classic question එකක්. Classic උනාට අපිට දීලා තියෙන විදිය වෙනස්. We have, okay, first of all, I'm going to draw a triangle. මේ triangle එකේ මේම there are vehicles. එහෙමනේ, and the vehicles are coming towards each other. මෙතන 60 නම් මෙතන 60 නම් මෙතන 60. Okay. If this is traveling at 10 ms minus 1, what is the velocity component vertically? Vertical velocity component is 10 cos 60, cos 60 is half, A is a 5. Math 5. Even the relative velocity between these two is 10. Relative velocity is 10. Okay. Relative velocity is 10. Then we can write 325, which is our original frequency. 330 minus 10, and you will get an answer. This answer, if you find, it will be somewhat equals to 335.1 kilo, 1 වැඩක් නැහැ 335. 335 minus 325, you will get 10 hertz of beat frequency. That is the fifth answer. Okay, neda? Next one. Paragraph එකක් තියෙනවා, ලොකු paragraph එකක් කියමු. The United States has planned to land a rover on the surface of one of Jupiter's moon to explore its surface since Jupiter is far away. Shall I tell you? ඔයාලම කියව ගන්න. ඒක ලොකු කතාවක් තියෙනවා. Pause the video. Recording now. Pause the video and go through the question. But the basic idea of the question is they have a moon. So they have a moon in Jupiter and they have a land rover in it. But there's no sunlight in the moon. And we cannot use solar panels. Therefore, we are using radioactive objects. This radioactive object, 46 me. This radioactive object has a half-life of 1 year. Okay, has a half-life of 1 year. And for the rover to work, you need at least 12.5% of the initial radioactive power. And the battery can store up to 1 year of energy. And in there, there's another battery. This battery will store up to 1 year of energy. Then they are asking how long will the rover survive? How long will the rover survive? How long? 46. How long will the rover survive? Initially, it will give 100% effectiveness, it will give 100% of the total radioactive power. When 100% is given, this battery can get charged. But this battery has a maximum. When maximum එකට ගිහලා 1 year එකට ගිහලා හිර වෙනවා. So first half life එකේ මොකද වෙන්නේ? It will go to 50%. Fine. So we can survive 1 year. Next half life එකේ 25% වලට යනවා. It can survive 2 years. Then ඊට පස්සේ next half life එකේ 12.5% එකට යනවා. Then it can survive 3 years. The third year as well. After that, මෙයා 7 this will go to a lower value, but it cannot survive using radioactive power. But it can survive using stored battery power. And it will survive another 1 more year. That means it will survive 4 complete years. That means that is the third answer. Okay, that is the third answer. 48. Cell P has a constant electromotive force. Cell P has a constant electromotive force. E and an internal resistance R. It is connected in series with the resistance R. කතාව මේමයි. This is the potentiometer circuit. Galvanometer has found the balance point. First of all, what is the potential between these 2 points? We can use potential divider or potential divider concept and find the potential. මෙතන V කියලා ගමුකෝ. Potential between these two. Voltage is equals to E කියලා එකෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. That is the EMF of the cell. Total resistance R plus R naught plus R times the resistance of the potentiometer. This will give us the voltage of the circuit. So potentiometer. This balances at L over 3. That means it only needs 1/3 of the voltage to balance the battery. Even ඒ වගේ උත්තරයක් තියෙන්නේ second answer. Okay. Second answer is the 48th question. 49. වෙලාවක් නැති නිසා එක දිගට යනවා. If not I would have නිකන් අර ඕන නැති කතාවක් කියන්න තිබුණා. 49th one is a general knowledge question. Not a physics question, it's a general knowledge question. Hopefully it's a general knowledge question. However, 4 vessels of equal volumes and equal heights of shapes shown below are completely filled with water. If water is allowed to leak through the identical holes made at the bottom of each vessel, which vessel requires the least amount of time to completely empty the water in the vessel? Wait. Which vessel requires the least amount of time to completely empty the vessel water in the vessel? At bottom of each vessel. Bottom of each vessel we have made a hole neither. Identical holes. We made identical holes. එහෙමනම් marking එක තියෙන එක නෙමෙයි උත්තරේ. It should be the fifth answer. What is why? Velocity or the flow rate through the hole is dependent on HOG, height of the water column. Also, MORA marking scheme is not correct. Always 100% correct again. Because I can remember a certain year. Not certain year. Every year. මගේ එකෙත් amendments තිබුණා. ඒකට කලින් එකෙත් amendments තිබුණා. ඒකට කලින් එකෙත් amendments තිබුණා. අර එක question එකයි miss උනේ. ඒකට හරියට කරා නම් අපිට එන්නේ fourth answer එක. fifth one නෙමෙයි. හරිද? Sometimes they will amend. හැබැයි amendment එක එන්නේ after the exam. After the A-level exam. දැනට එහෙම හිතාගෙන just do the question. Okay නේ? ඒකයි අර හිතන්න එපා කියලා කිව්වන්නේ. 48 එකේ fifth one තමයි ඉන්න ඕනේ because we are using a The identical holes at the bottom of the vessel. M is the fifth one. It depends on the height, not the volume or the shape. Volume is also constant. 50th one. 50th one, කතාව මේමයි. We have a circular track. හරිද? Circular track එකක් තියෙනවා මේම. Ring එකක් තියෙනවා. In that ring we have connected a, we have put in a bead. Bead එකක් ඇතුළේ දාලා තියෙනවා. Okay, that bead can go left and right. මේ bead එක යන්න පුළුවන්. Then what did we do? We gave a velocity to the bead to the left side. Then they are asking what will happen. Obviously, when you give the bead to the left side, ring එකම will turn to the left side to balance the forces. A ring එකම move වෙනවා මේ පැත්තට. Okay, using that we'll think. Okay. Number one, center of mass of the system moves with a constant velocity. Yes. Why? මේ bead එක move වෙච්ච නිසා මේ ring එකම move වෙනවා කියලා කිව්වා. Move වෙනකොට the center of mass will move something like this. මේව ring path එකේ move වෙනවා. So number one is correct. Number two, track does not perform circular motion about its vertical axis, passing through its center. The whole motion is horizontal. Even a vertical axis can done. That's absolute useless piece of question. Why are we thinking of vertical axis when we are talking about horizontal axis velocity? Second question is correct. That's because track does not perform. Then second question is correct. Third one, the angular momentum of the bead above the vertical axis passing through the center of the track does not change. Obviously, vertical axis does not change. Center of the track has displaced half of its radius in the negative y-axis when the bead reaches the point marked as 3. Negative y-axis negative x-axis it will be correct. Because y-axis is going to be displace half of its radius. How can it fall down? This is a smooth horizontal surface. Negative y negative x-axis. Negative x-axis correct. Otherwise, that is also wrong. You have to give a marks for that as well. Fourth one as well. Fifth one, center of the track reaches its initial position in the horizontal plane when the bead returns to past position 1. Bead is rotating. Bead is going at velocity v. ඒකත් එක්ක මේ ring එක මේව rotate වෙලා මේ පැත්තට එනවා. ඇවිල්ලා the ring comes back to 1. 1 කියන position එක ආයෙ එනවා. පටන් ගන්නත් අතන. Is it the same position? Displacement එකක් තියෙනවා. So fifth one is also wrong. Answer is 4 and 5 කියලා තමයි දෙන්න ඕනේ marking එක දීලා තින්නේ 5. Okay, I don't know whether they made any amendments or something. Otherwise, it is 4 and 5. Okay, that's it for more MCQ discussion. We took 2 hours and 15 minutes for a discussion. It's a good time. Using this, me MORA papers tika balala. I hope you will do the exams well and get a good result. Okay then. Good night.